I think we're just recording locally, and we're not sure if it's actually streaming at this point.
Cool.
Okay, and welcome to New Zealand Nationals, or as we're calling it over here, New Zealand Nationals. Casual racism aside, I'm pretty sure we're recording. We're not actually sure if we're streaming live at the moment, but we'll catch up later.
Probably for the best.
Probably for the best. My name's Luke, this other voice is Ryan.
Hello.
And we're looking at Michael Walsh on the left with his brutal Pālanā. He's come first in Swiss against Jake Shaper on the right. We've already got a pretty strong start, just some quick HQ accesses. Seeing, the NGO run out of hand, that's brutal.
Yeah, NGO goes down, that's a shame for Mike, he probably wanted to use that.
Okay, so we're straight up seeing Kongamata, which exactly tells us exactly what kind of Hayley we've got here.
Yeah.
We're looking at a pirate build. It's probably an outside chance it might just be a value piece, but I'm pretty certain that's going to be what we're looking at.
Yeah, I think so. And what's that just 12? The Kongamata, I can't quite make it out.
I think it's an SMC.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Piece in our time. Okay, so this is, I would put money down on this being very similar to Western Odom's peaceful pirate build that was deck of the week a week or two ago. How do you feel about this in the Pālanā matchup?
It's interesting. I mean, it's got a lot of tools to get through ice without really having to break them, and I think that'll help on some of the gin-tech attacks in ice. But it'll be interesting to see whether enough of those tools will build up in time and how quickly Mike can just get that remote going. Yeah. And we're even starting to see it now.
Yeah, I think some of the ice is a little problematic for this build. I would be a little concerned for Nancy. Because that you can't cheap through that with Kongamata and Gabali. You need the entire grappling hook combo to actually break that.
And so that's two pieces every time you want to go through one Nancy.
On top of you do have actual breakers in that deck, but you generally don't want to lean into them until after your first levy, until you've already set up, you've got some quality accesses. So I think Mike's probably in a strong position to rush out and get some points on the board.
Yep.
So we've got grappling hook and Kongamata, so that's exactly what we're talking about. So I think it's a strong start, but not seeing a lot of accesses that weren't the cheap ones to begin with.
No, that's right. And Mike's credit pool is already starting to grow.
Beauty of Pālanā.
We'll be right back.
And we're back. Brief technical regressions aside. What are we seeing so far? There's scarcity on the board, which definitely hurts.
Yeah, so Hayley's going to be looking for an answer to that. And it's interesting how many currents are being run out of Hayley now. I think it's gone up to 2, seems to be more common.
I think the original Chris Dyer builds were on 1, and I think your answer to scarcity there was just like hope for the best and dig with what you can.
Yeah.
If this, depending on how Jake's customized this to himself, I think there were 2 interdiction.
Yes, that's probably correct. And interdiction's an interesting choice at the moment. It's quite a good answer to NGO front, so it's actually got a use apart from just clearing scarcity.
So Mike's dropped a special order, a special report, sorry.
Yeah.
Just to shuffle his hand a bit and get some more draw in, so that speaks to he might have been in a little bit of position with a couple of agendas he couldn't deal with.
That's right. Has he scored a philotic?
That looks like a philotic to me, yeah.
He's not sitting on a huge amount of cash, but with presumably 4 or 5 draws from his deck from special order, good odds of drawing into an operation that'll get that money going.
On the other hand, you do have the special report problem of you could just have drawn more agendas.
Oh, this is true.
but it's not too bad. He's seeing a fast track, some other tools, but biased reporting there, which will, depending when he needs it, can be pretty profitable late game with all your resources coming in.
That's right, and bias reporting was actually quite a clever include for this tournament. I think I saw it not only in Mike's deck but in some others, just to deal with Geist and Hayley, who play out heaps of resources over the course of the game.
Yeah, definitely. So we've seen the Street Peddler go down. We've got two tech traders on the board. We've got the Laguna Velasco. So Jake's seeming pretty set up.
Yeah.
But I think, as we talked about before, it remains to be seen how many quality accesses he can get out of it. He's also put the free to throw quality down, which is another good include. Like that's been able to clear the scarcity, allowed him to set up.
For sure.
It's an expensive way to do it, but it's better than having to pay through all your resources.
Absolutely. So it'll be interesting to see whether Mike can get some upgrades down onto that remote to make it even more difficult to deal with. So a baddie ending the run is going to make it quite difficult for Hayley, just losing all those tools repeatedly. Even
some of the newer Pālanā tools, and scarcity comes back.
Yep.
Again, that's a current war you want to be fighting when you've paid 3 to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, even stuff like a code replicator, like some of the newer Pālanā stuff, is in a pretty good spot against this, where like you want to, like it breaks ice cheaply, but it doesn't necessarily want to do it 5 times in a run.
No, that's right.
On the other hand, we're getting a fair few turns into the game, and Mike... so that's deep data mining?
All right.
Okay, so I was going to say, Mike hasn't been able to get an Issei or anything out yet, so it's a little problematic.
Okay, so we've got the Enigma res.
Enigma, so he's got the option here. So, what is it? It's Kongamato grappling hook. So that's... remains to be seen how... so he's got a Street Peddler, so he's probably got another tool there. Right, so he's having to track clicks because he's let the Enigma fire, presumably.
Yep, gets out the Bali.
Yep. Yeah,
Which
cool.
he's
So he's gone
straight
straight
away.
Yep. So he's eating the click from the Enigma.
Yeah.
Just to save himself a piece. Like you don't really you don't want to use a grappling hook.
Oh,
it's awful.
for sure, not to say that.
Okay, so continuing on. So still and he didn't pay for the scarcity off the Kabalian store.
So the deep. Oh, what do we got?
What have we got here? DNA tracker.
tracker.
Okay, so but again that's breakable. That's grappling hook.
Yeah. So
and you're getting paid to do it.
2 tools to get through it. Gets a bunch of cash. Now, what will be interesting is
he's got the deg deer down, so he's got full memory on this.
Yeah.
So hedge, people up, which is not going to concern too much. Newshound. Oh, hello.
Oh well.
So I'm assuming he didn't have it in hand for the avocado.
I suspect so.
It's the one flaw in doing this in Hayley over Geist.
So Mike was left with no cash after that DNA tracker res. Yeah, I was wondering about snares. A lot of the Pālanās run a snare or two, which can make that DDM a little dangerous.
So Mike's he's got some money because he's bidding into this side game.
Yep.
And he's bid 0 because obviously that's more important to him.
Yeah.
Lucky number 5. So Jake's seen the avocado, so he knows it's going to be in play soon, but Mike's not really in a position to capitalise on it. But yeah, that future purple pool is exactly what you want.
Yeah.
Because he's paying some money for quick accesses as opposed to trying to get it across on a trying to throw him out on an avocado. And we're back, more technical hurdles jumping through. We apologise for this. We've had to, we're on a very short extension cable, so we're trying to not talk into too many ears or reveal too much of what's going on in HQ or hand.
That's right.
So another Street Peddler coming down. So Jake's looking like he's got some tools to start making these accesses. Mike's managed to bounce up quite quickly. I didn't see it go down. It might have been that bias reporting or something that's made him been able to get back, and obviously Jake's going to draw like a madman, which is going to give him that Pālanā value.
Yeah. I think Mike may have even just clicked for credits
Yeah, it's
from last
I
time.
think Jake made his play. He didn't necessarily have the pressure to back that up.
No, that's right. So Mike had a little bit of time.
But another grappling hook coming down.
Yep.
Okay, so he's got the grappling hook. We obviously don't know what's in the street peddlers, but we could see Kongamata or Gabali out of there. And he's back in business.
And you've got to respect the threat out of it, because he can crack those peddlers, get his money back up, and then he's got potentially tools to get through a very chunky piece of ice. So
he can continue to threaten that DNA tracker. He obviously doesn't. And there's a bias reporting.
Yeah, yep.
So that's going to make him some money, unless Jake chooses to trash something. But that's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 resources down.
So he's gonna look at the peddlers and decide whether he can let them go.
Because you obviously can't trash the peddlers in response to, which would be handy. But
yeah. So, but no, Mike just gains a big bunch of cash.
That's preemptive action.
Yep.
So I imagine you might take that biased back, because that seems like pretty profitable in this matchup.
And it looked like maybe some scarcities.
Biased and 2 scarcities.
Yeah,
yes.
well.
So I think, and that's key. They're going to be very strong in this matchup, because even in a lot of decks, once they've got their econ resources or enough set up, they may not be installing it. But in this deck especially, they're going to keep installing it.
It just keeps going. It levies and brings them all back. And
you're never going to not need to be installing a bunch of resources.
Yeah, that's right. So no, those are good choices on Mike's part.
But he's been able to quickly bounce back there. Mike's just sitting on 20 credits from going right down before, so he's in a good position, but he still needs to be able to push through this remote.
Yeah, that's right.
I haven't counted the draws, but that Obokata's got to be coming up soon, if it hasn't already.
Yeah.
And, Jake's obviously aware of that.
I do wonder if we're going to see some pressure on HQ. If Jake is counting the number of draws, and he probably is, once that Avocado goes into HQ, he might just start poking around in there.
Right. But you don't necessarily have the HQ value to make it on single pokes, because if you're just running through with having no idea what's on HQ, you're burning resources to do it.
Oh, for sure.
But he's got the Laguna Velasco, he's got some pieces down, so he can do it necessarily and just lean into more levies.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily what you want to be doing against, because he's got same old thing for DDM on the table.
For sure,
that seems like a stronger use of it.
And so we might see a turn at some point where he just overdraws with the Laguna, and then just goes for the DDM.
And just goes for the DDM, okay, so we're going freedom for equality.
Yeah.
And that was the same old thing, so he may have counted it out to know that the Obokata's... so he's got a DDM from hand.
Okay.
So if he's gauged this right, the Obokata could still be in play.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so if the Obokata is still on the deck...
That's going to be a win.
That's going to be a game.
Okay, so Gabali off the street peddler.
Yep.
He doesn't have to pay through the scarcity as a bonus. Okay, so that's the beauty of once this deck's set up. You're just breaking stuff and getting paid for doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's eaten one off the Obokata.
Yeah.
Which seems like I think he knows what's going on.
Yeah, I think he's calculated it. Yeah.
It's got to be the Obo.
Obo on top?
No, so so that we didn't see the baddie last time. So the Obo's in hand.
New territory then.
Celebrity gift. Another baddie.
Oof, they're not good to lose.
They're still good hits.
Yeah.
And another DNA trick.
Oh.
Okay. So would have been nice to hit that Obokata, but
for sure.
Not an option.
Yeah.
Okay, but still losing 2 baddies is not good for me, because he definitely would have helped him. But Mick's really... so what have we got in hand? Presumably the Obo is there.
Yeah.
But that's not the agenda Mike wants. That's not going to be the agenda Mike wants.
I mean, pushing that through the moat is risking losing the game.
It's just it's just a tempo loss.
Yeah.
What you really 100% want here is the Nisei.
Yeah, for sure.
and especially against deep data mining, that's just like, cool, go away.
Yeah. So interestingly, Jake doesn't have many breaking tools left on his side of the board. In fact,
We have a street peddler we haven't seen, but there's not much left in his deck, so he's probably going to be leaning into a levy pretty soon.
we may see a Savant come off at some point. He does have the Deg Deer.
Yeah, he has a deck deer set up for it. Oh, and speak of,
More in hand.
yeah, may as well get them out while before scarcity comes back. So he's looking pretty good. It's more just waiting for his window and seeing what Mike can get through, because so he's made the HQ poke through Cobra. Well, you don't care about trashing the program, so it's interesting. Oh, but hang on. Oh no, so he's used Kongamata because he's broken the 2 net damage and obviously trash program. Oh well, he wants the Deg Deer.
Yeah.
So it's actually not.
Oh, so he can't let the Cobra
Can't
fire.
let the fire.
Yeah. That poke wasn't bad though. Cost Mike 4 credits and was a shot for the win. So.
True, but it's Mike's the ability of that Pālanā food deck to just get your money back. And Beth coming down again, that's in a good position because Mike's probably going to be on a fair bit of money for a while until he has to start rezzing some beefier ice. Celebrity gift, so the Obo's gone. And
Where,
so
where did the Obo go?
Don't know. Might have been discarded and went through the preemptive action.
Oh, okay.
So that's a good hit of cash there. So Beth obviously alive for some time now. But also Mike's, when he does get this agenda, if he manages to stop getting R&D locked, he's in a good position. Because there is a Nancy, there is DNA Tracker, there's a lot of chunky ice that are going to demand answers from Jake. On the other hand, he just needs to not lose on R&D.
Yeah, that's right.
Because, as I said, the freedom through equality is still out there. Overcard is a win.
Yeah, there's no same old thing on the board.
No,
but
you use that for the freedom through equality.
But we've only seen 2 DDMs. I think there's a third in the deck, most likely.
So the third tech trader's come down, so he's definitely fully set up. He's got the daily casts and Beth. And you don't really need a lot of money in this deck.
No. Breaking with the pirate tool is not.
And 3 tech traders out. Like, it's mainly just about having Velasco in and being able to recover in between digs. So he's looking at the street peddler. He's got to be thinking about levying soon.
Is that?
That's a grappling hook.
Grappling hook,
going on the Deg Deer. So I think what we would expect to see fairly soon. Is that? So he's trashed the street peddler. He's just doing the math on actually getting the money.
Triggering the peddler, he gets
another Deg Deer.
Another Deg Deer.
Interesting. Well, it makes a. And there's a levy. So he needed to get tools out of his hand. He needed to get the street peddlers reused, but he's also got the grappling hook out. So he's not completely wiped until he can redraw.
Yeah, that's right. Currently, nothing on the board that can deal with a Kakugo. So. Single routine and the run, but I don't know if Mike will rush it right yet.
Goddamn Kakugo. Okay, so. Alright. So we've had the levy come down, so without the grappling hook, with only the grappling hook, he's not necessarily looking that great at threatening some of these remotes. But it remains to be seen.
That levy didn't just go back into the deck, did it?
No, it's just up on the score area.
Oh, good. Alright, so Mike is reinforcing the remote.
Yep. He's definitely got the money to do it.
He's dug into the blue chips, 10 credit chips.
the often power counter chips.
Yep.
So Jake has gone low on money, but that's not the hugest problem, especially with the Deg Deer and being able to get the cheaper installs.
For sure, it'll bounce back when it needs to. So it's interesting, Mike putting the ice on the remote has to make you wonder whether he's about to push an agenda through on the next turn.
Yeah, well, I think he's got the money to get set up. Like, that's obviously got to be what he's thinking. He just needs to get through R&D enough to find the agenda he needs, and then he's in a strong position. He can raise a whole ton of ice. Is that a DDM that went down or discarded? Discarded.
Discarded.
Discarded to DDM. Okay, so he's got fast track. There we go. So now we're fast tracking for the Nisei.
Yep.
And now Mike can start turning it around.
Yeah, so I think Mike's probably looking at what's on the board, thinking he might have a window to just push this through because there's just not enough tools around, perhaps.
No. But it's also, you're very much looking at the point that the Nisei is probably, it's infinitely safer in the remote than it is in R&D right now.
Oh, for sure. And if he can score it, I quite like his odds.
Yeah, I think he's weathered that early pressure.
Yeah.
It definitely could have gone very wrong at several points there, but it's come back around. Scarcity's back on the board.
Yep.
Freedom through equality is around, so it's no longer a one agenda win, theoretically.
So we're back to 2 for Jake.
Yep.
All right.
So Jake's got some questions that need answering at the moment.
And I think it might just come down to what's in hand.
Yeah. But even if it's not, he's still got, is that interdiction? Yes. Interdiction. So that's a very good include against Pālanā.
He's played out a peddler.
Not necessarily the best here because it clears the scarcity more in that use, but it's there's no upgrades there. The only thing he'd be afraid of is that was an NGO front, but it does clear scarcity.
Yeah. That'd be a pretty good NGO front bluff right now.
Yeah. Oh, totally. That'd get you back on the board. But no, it's wouldn't be that great. Like if he burned everything to get there.
That's
Mike doesn't need the money.
No, that's right.
It's
It'd purely be to
a good
use
bluff.
up things.
Yeah, a good bluff is one that's profitable for you both ways. That's the real strength of NGO front.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
But he's going for it. So he's put down the Kongamata Gabali. Old mate Kakugo.
Yeah, there it is.
Cool, we're breaking that. This is where it's a gene splicer. No. Another Kakugo. Oh, this could actually... No, 1 damage wouldn't do it.
No. I was thinking about it.
The Singleton June bug.
So he jacked out.
He's jacked out. He couldn't risk it.
Yeah.
So he's got the Nisei.
Scores out the Nisei.
Okay.
Very nice.
Now things get tricky. Because, it's the absolute worst thing you want out of this deck. Like, he's just spent the resources.
Yeah.
And not gotten the benefits he needs from it.
That's right. So now he needs to get through that remote twice to steal whatever Mike's about to put in.
Yeah. 2 Kakugo taking the net damage from hand. It's almost it's almost irrelevant what these ice actually are, as long as they demand in the runs. You need at least 3 pieces.
Yeah, that's right. And there's Kongamato still on the board, and Gabali as well.
Yes, that is a Kongamata Gabali still.
Yeah.
So I think he's opted to, rather than try and push it, he's
save it for later.
Yeah. Which I don't know. I think you do have to push for that Nisei a little harder if that's possible.
I think it's going to be a very hard game to win now.
Yeah.
Now with the Nisei token around, it's just going to require so many pieces.
It's just that multiplicative effect that it was tricky to break in there once, to break in there twice. It's absurd for that deck.
That was a special report again, perhaps?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So getting a bit more draw, getting rid of some of the pieces. So he's gone Ice Advance. Install. With the Philotic already scored out, there are limited things it could actually be. But it gets him set up.
Yeah,
because on top of the Nisei counter, that server just becomes gross.
If there's a baddie in there now, that is brutal. Interdiction is an answer.
The problem is that this is the fundamental part of the matchup. But it's it could really be anything. We didn't. The 2 baddies are still gone.
Yep.
So they haven't come back in the deck unless there was another preemptive I missed.
I don't think there was.
But even Code Replicator makes this annoying.
Oh, yep.
Even Code Replicator, anything that's in there that just makes it more annoying. I think even I wouldn't expect out of the deck. Even Ben Masashi sucks here because it's you don't have the mid-run draw and you don't have Film Critic.
Yeah, that's right.
Because you're hard on Levy.
Yeah. And from what I've seen, I don't think the Hayley builds run feedback filter or anything like that to prevent net damage. So those Kakugos
theoretically
are going
possible.
to be
Theoretically possible. We don't really have the money for it. And another piece of ice on that server and a double advance.
Oh, yeah.
So here's the thing that you need to get into this server right now. You need 4 pieces.
Yep.
It's immaterial what they are.
Yep.
Because you can eat the click, presumably.
Yeah.
You need 6 cards in hand at the end of the run.
Yep.
6 cards to start because you need to lose 2 to get Kugo. And you need to do this twice.
Yeah.
Presumably. I think.
And you need to do all that in 4 clicks.
And this is a dilemma against Pālanā decks. It's just
Yeah.
like, you do have to make the run and pressure it.
Yeah.
Because it's better than giving it to them for nothing.
It gets worse
But
later.
the worst situation is when you spend these resources and you don't get what you want.
Yeah. So does he now maybe try and just go for a DDM if he has that option open to him? And just...
I think so.
Yeah, it's got to be his out, right?
Because the problem is, like, I think you have to use in DDM. I think you run the risk of just getting Nisei counted out of it, but that opens up the server a little.
True.
I think you really just have to put the pressure down to force Mike to use that Nisei counter.
Yeah. I think at this point, though, it's looking for outs in what is probably Mike.
Having said that, though, it's still future perks on the board. He's still got freedom through equality back down. So if he can hit the Obokata, that's the win.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's able to do it because this is like the multiplicative runs of Pālanā. Like that server's going to be very tricky for him. And he's gone for the DDM. I think that's fair. 2 DNA trackers though.
I didn't catch what click this was, but as Mike, you've probably got to use the Nisei, right? Regardless of what click this is.
I'm not sure. It depends on what he ends up with in hand. I think if he's got... I think he's got to break the 2 DNA trackers first, and you see where that goes.
Yeah.
But if he can end at 4 cards at the end of the run, then that's a threat.
Yeah. There's no more 3-pointers in the deck apart from the Ovocatas. So,
right, because it's just won the future perfect.
Yeah.
So that was a good get. So he's 2 clicks, so I assume he's eaten the Enigma.
Yep.
Another Street Peddler going down.
Yep.
So I presume we've got Grappling Hook. Yep.
Yeah, very nice.
The problem is I'm not sure where he is. I'm not sure where he is in the run, to be honest, but he doesn't really have the option of just eating the tracker.
No, that's right. He's going to need those cards to have a shot at winning the game.
Some tense times at the moment.
Decisions are being made.
And Mike's got it perfectly. Like even having to res that, he's on exactly the 3 credits he needs.
Yes.
Having said that, like obviously that makes your upgrade options on the server if he could get a run out of it, but Jake can't.
I don't think he can.
He couldn't threaten it and do it and then run the server at the same time. There's some hard net runner brain math going on at the moment.
Can't quite catch how many cards are in Jake's hand. I think it's about 4 or 5.
I think even if you have to eat the avocado, you've got to take the access because maybe you hit 2 Niseis. Oh, sorry, Mike's used the Nisei counter.
Yeah,
I missed that entirely.
Yeah, just had to stop that DDM.
Yeah.
I think if I'm Jake here and I've only got maybe 1 or 2 clicks left, I might just poke HQ. Hope to find one more agenda in there because you're not getting into the remote or R&D again, I think.
The special report wasn't that long ago, so maybe. But it's also like you also have the chance of just redrawing agendas. That's a thing that happens.
Yeah.
It's definitely tricky.
Grappling hook goes down. Yep.
So, I've lost track of which click this is, but you still have the same old thing option for, same old, no, it's a grappling hook. Okay, he's got to eat it, loses the clot. lose the Kabali. Okay, grappling hook. Yeah. So we're looking at a single... No, okay, we are looking at his same old thing for the DDM.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's the avocado. He doesn't have it in hand. And that's a snare.
Oh, wow.
But Mike's on three.
No, not enough.
Oh, okay, so a Nisei in that freedom.
6 points.
Oh, do we have it? No.
I mean, you can still get there.
No. If, yeah, another Nisei
and
would
that's
have gotten
game.
it. And that's
Yeah.
game. Oh, well played. Definitely managed to weather out that early pressure. It was very strong. But it's just the beauty of that, like Pirate Hayley just gets strong early accesses, does what it needs to. But only got so far.
That's right. And all of those DDMs were quite threatening. So
Because, yeah, Mike, until that first fast track, Mike went through quite a while not being able to find the agenda he needed, despite having a pretty nasty server that he knew was,
So unfortunately, we kind of lost track there at the end. But was that turn a DDM and then same old thing DDM? Is that what happened?
It must have been.
Yeah, because Mike's Nisei counter disappeared somewhere in the middle of that. So I suspect that's what happened.
Yeah, no, I definitely think so. But yeah, and to hit the pain of Obokata unrestricted, like you had to hit that and didn't have the cards for it. That's what that agenda does.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we're probably going to take a short break before we get to the next round. How much time we got left in the round? 10 minutes. Okay. We might meander about a bit, sort ourselves out technically, and we'll be back with you later. See ya.
See you all soon.